deckcon. Um, yes. A chartered bus carries you from Kai-Tak to a mid-range hotel in Chuanwan. All around you, the happy chatter of your fellow passengers fills your ears. You hear tech speak in a variety of languages and dialects, talk about new lines of drones and decks, arguments over innovations in data track technology, and baseless speculation about the next season of Urban Brawl. Your guest badge, a glossy slip of laminated paper emblazoned with a flashy logo, hangs on a lanyard around your neck. Your ticket's into the convention hall and the only disguise that you should need. The bus drops you in front of the Harbor Spires Hotel, and you promptly circle around back to find a service entrance. IsObel should be waiting for you inside. The service entrance to the Harbor Spires Hotel looks like any other. Scuffed walls coated in cheap paint, a floor of well-worn hardwood, a time card reader hanging from the wall at a slight tilt. Nothing about the dingy utilitarian confines of the room that you are in hints at the elegance and fine decor of the hotel beyond. Reminds me of that dump we spotted back in Bear Creek. Motel with the raccoon problem. Little bastards kept me up half the night, every night. I swear that one of them was eyeballing me. Your earpiece crackles to life. IsObel, calling from the woman's lavatory. A burst of static fills your ear, obliterating IsObel's voice. A second later, she cuts back in. You in position? Standing just inside the service entrance. Oh, alright. So far. More white noise? Good. I could barely hear you there. Yeah, hang on a sec. Try to boost our signal strength. The sound cuts out entirely for a good 5 seconds. When IsObel's voice comes back, it's half again as loud as it was before. There, that's better. What a pain in the ass this is. There's way too much interference coming from the show floor. We aren't going to be able to rely on our comlinks for this. I'll find us a workaround. I hope that you do it fast. The entire plan hinges on our being able to communicate. Like I said, I'll find a workaround. For now, let's concentrate on the task at hand. The catering staff should be all in the kitchen, hauling trays of steamed clams and aperitifs out to the convention hall floor. I'm gonna need you to find a way to get me one of their uniforms, one that will fit someone my size. What if there aren't any that will fit? There will be. Total guidelines require the catering company to have uniforms suitable for all meta-types on hand for major events. It's a contingency thing, just in case they need to bring in temp workers on short notice. Hmm. Alright, I'm on it. Good. Oh, and Uncle Bob, you aren't going allowed yet, got it? Whatever you do, don't start shooting. We can't afford to send Rhombus running before we can get him cornered. Right, no shooting until we have Rhombus. Got it. alarm panel. This panel controls simple building maintenance and safety features. While the panel's admin-level user interface has been locked away behind a biometric fingerprint reader, a skilled decker could easily bypass such a restriction. Archived work manifest log. The damned sprinkles went off again, the entire kitchen was flooded, and Chef Bun quit. We're going to have to go with third-party caterers for big events this weekend because we sure as hell can't steam a few thousand clams without any kitchen staff. The Harbor Spire's kitchen are a whirlwind of activity. Attractive 20-somethings in white catering uniforms dash in and out of the room, their arms laden with heaping trays of steaming shellfish. One man stands amidst the chaos, the eye of the storm. His white coat is at least half again whiter than those of his subordinates, and his collars starch as stiff as a board. The floor manager notices you and his eyes narrow. He stalks toward you, practically frothing at the mouth. You can't help but notice the embroidered corporate logo on his lapel. Pastry, magic and more. Fine catering. The image is completed by a stylized rendering of what appears to be a frolicking kitten standing astride a pair of shooting stars. You! What are you doing in my kitchen? He glances at your chest, sees the visitor badge hanging from the lanyard that IsObel gave you dangling around your neck. Convention goers are not allowed beyond the show floor. Please forgive my impertinence. I have a gala event to cater and I was hoping to book you for the event. He raises an eyebrow, his curiosity piqued. A gala event, you say? In that case, please forgive me. I didn't realize that I was speaking with a man of quality. You are, my good man. The only concern that I have is your uniforms. I'm not certain that they work with our decor. I'm sure that some arrangement can be made. He taps at the device on his wrist, and in a corner of the room the door opens with a click. Here, why don't you take a spare uniform and compare against your event space? If it doesn't work for you, we can come to a compromise. What a splendid idea! I am looking forward to working with you, sir. And I with you. When you're ready to book us, please contact our main office and ask to speak with Fan. She'll take good care of you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really must get back to work. So, that's the first part done. Anything of interest? Really? Who are you? Shady man. A sketchy-looking man in a long, shabby coat stands in the middle of the bathroom floor, teetering on his feet. He blinks at you through red-rimmed eyes crusted over with sleep. Hey there, are you, He checks the screen of his PDA. The Imperator? Cause if you are, I, got your stuff. No, I'm not. Probably decking stuff or something, or drugs. Oh, well, you're looking to score? If so, I'm your hookup. Might as well ask. Actually, some drugs would be great. Oh, well, rubbish. You enter the women's restroom to find IsObel waiting impatiently for you. Her guest badge dangles from its lanyard at a canted angle, and the clumped ropes of her hair look frazzled. At the sight of you, she steps forward. You're here, good. Was getting tired of hanging out in the ladies' room. You have the uniform? There we go. She eyes the embroidery of the logo, nodding. Good, good, this will work. Alright, I'm gonna change into this thing and hightail it to the employees only door on the far side of the convention hall. They'll let me in even without a badge. They'll just figure that some rich guy wants a drink. Where's the VIP area? On the other side of the convention floor. I'll have to cross the show floor to do it, but that should be safe enough. Nobody pays attention to the catering staff at these things. So I'll make my way across, pass through the door, and take the elevator up to the admin wing on the 6th floor. All that you need to do is take your position and wait for my instructions, without raising an alarm. Pretty simple stuff. Should be foolproof, assuming you don't screw anything up. Do you have any questions? Have you figured out what you're going to do about this party comlink? Yes, there's a demo kiosk near the VIP entrance. It's running some new Matrix avatar editing suite, or something like that. The software is called Perfect Persona. When I get to the admin area, I'm gonna patch myself into the Perfect Persona console, and we're going to communicate through that. It isn't a perfect solution, but it beats having to deal with a dropped connection. Just be sure to grab the kiosk when you're in position. Don't let anyone else get to it. What should I do between when you leave and when you get in position? Walk the showroom, mingle. Try to look like you belong here. Just try not to say or do anything that'll stand out in a bad way. You're supposed to be a hot new decker in town. Try to act the part. What am I supposed to do on the show floor? Wait by the VIP area door. When I identify Rhombus, you'll apprehend him and tell him that he is the lucky winner of a complimentary VIP pass upgrade. You'll escort him through the VIP doors and to a room that I'll have empty and waiting. Then we'll all get the software from him together, meet him up and stash him in a closet. Mingle, mingle, mingle. We don't know anything about taking, so... As you approach the corner of the convention floor, you find a brightly lit entrance. There are signs on the walls pointing toward it. Simpson's parlor decking area. As you draw closer, a convention staffer in a bland uniform steps toward you. Sorry to say it, but we're a bit cramped right now. If you hang tight, we should be able to squeeze you in soon. There may be a half-hour wait. Places like this never run out at full capacity. You're keeping a few VIP slots in the back, right? We're full up. I don't know how else to say it. You need to wait like everyone else. Stay cool, we'll get you in as soon as possible. Body or decking? Organizers are gonna be livid when they hear you made me wait. Don't cause trouble. Product display. Pot-bellied troll with 2 days worth of mangy stubble smiles and turns to face you. The chrome of his data jack shimmers wetly in the light, but his cyberdeck is conspicuously absent. Hey, what's going on? His badge hangs low on his lanyard. You catch a glimpse of his decking handle, headspace. Maybe I think we're asking a stupid question then. Where's your cyberdeck? Hey Sneakers, I would say the same about you. Where's your deck, man? Here to cover the event for the Shadowlands BBS. Uh, his eyes go wide. Really? Hey, that's pretty weird. Are you interviewing people? Because I can tell you all about the new hotness in decking technology. Taps his temple with a thick fingernail. I'm talking about what I've got up here. Cranial Cyber Deck. It's the perfect fusion of next level deck and bleeding edge headwear. He continues without waiting your response. It's the apex of modern decking technology. Miniaturized, compact, easy to sneak into the most sensitive of locations. I don't need to lug a great big external deck around with me anymore. It's a night and day difference between this and my old Fairlight Excalibur friend. Night and day. One. Where did you get it? The chop shop in Kowloon City. They told me not to ask where it came from. Lots of things fall off the trucks out of Kowloon Way. I'm sure that this was the same. Why did you get it installed? Why wouldn't I? It's compact, it's versatile, it's fast and powerful. With this sweet baby, I can deck wherever I go, whenever I want, without having to lug something the size of an electronic keyboard around with me. It's the best of all worlds. I'm telling you, you've got to get one for yourself. Isabel's voice crackles in over your comment. This guy's an idiot. Cranial cyberdecks are a terrible idea for more reasons than I can count. Deckers swap out their gear every couple of months. You want someone monkeying around in your brain that often? I'll make it easy for you. You don't. Joel continues, blissfully unaware of Isabel's interruption. So, have I sold you on a head deck of your own yet? Come on, you know that I have. Wouldn't you have people poking around in your head every time you need an upgrade? He blinks. Well, I guess, but that thing is going to be obsolete within 6 months, and you're going to what? Get more brain surgery? He crosses his arms at his jaw. It's no different from installing an encephalon, and everyone does that. What do you know anyway? Nothing. Not a thing. Now leave me alone. Swimmingling. Hired attendee. Man standing at the AS Technology demo station looks strangely out of place at a Decker convention. He isn't carrying a cyber deck and you can't see any sign of cyberware on his person, not even a data jack. He looks up from his kiosk, blinking. Did you want to use this? Am I in your way? He sounds preoccupied. He shifts his body and his movements are unnaturally smooth and graceful. As he moves, you can see the kiosk screen is flickering. Apparently the demo software has glitched out. Astral perception. Your third eye slides open and the world around you goes grey. The flashing screens and blinking lights of the deckcon show floor fade to nothing. The aura of the man in front of you crackles like a bonfire. He is magically active, very much so. The entire body scintillates with barely contained magic. As your third eye flutters shut, color and vibrance return to the world. The man in front of you clears his throat. So, if you're not here for the kiosk, was there something else that you needed? Visitor's badge. Badge hanging from his lanyard is a cheap day pass, only good until the show floor closes tonight. The name field says Gamage in block letters. You aren't a dicker, you're an adept. His demeanor changes, goes from tired to suspicious. But you say that? I read your aura. You are as out of place here as I am. Look, I'm here to relax and get off the streets. I've got free clams and free wine, and everybody but you seems happy to keep to themselves. Just leave me alone in peace, okay? Whatever you say. Enjoy the show. Yeah, there's another Shadowrunner team here doing something. Your comlink crackles alive with an ear-splitting hiss. Okay, I've jacked into the admin primitive, but I can work with it. Are you in position? No. Get to the waiting position near the VIP entrance. Your air fills with a shrill of electronic whine. And use the kiosk, remember, perfect persona. Use the perfect persona kiosk to talk to you. While you're getting there, I'll start working on getting your VIP access and locating room. Got it. I'll signal you when ready. If there's anything else you want to see on the show floor, you should probably check it out now before we get the ball rolling. Your call. We'll look around a bit more. Can't actually do anything. Just looking at my options. The Shadowrunner guy would have been something useful, but we just don't have the get. Perfect persona kiosk flickers to life at your approach. A debug menu pops onto the screen, along with a text prompt in all caps. Uncle Bob, enter the following key code into the kiosk. You tap the code on the kiosk keyboard. A moment later, a series of 5 loud popping sounds rattles off in your comlink's earpiece. IsObel's voice fills your ear, crisper and cleaner than it was before. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me, Uncle Bob? Yeah, I hear you. What was that? A command line code for the kiosk to connect with your comlink via direct link. A hint of smugness creeps into her voice. This way we can bypass using a comm signal entirely. Not bad. I know. As long as you remain within a couple of feet of the kiosk, you shouldn't have any problems. Wander too far outside of their range and you're gonna get static again. Got it. Alright, now that we're all linked up, give me a second and I'll locate Rhombus. You hear the sound of rattling keystrokes coupled with IsObel muttering under her breath. Line falls silent. The silence stretches 10 seconds, 20. Then you hear IsObel explode. What the hell? He already has one. How the fuck does Rhombus merit a VIP's pass when I don't? Right. Let me guess, this is where the plan goes off the rails. Derails into your earpiece, fuming. I'm twice the decker that he is, and everybody knows it. What makes him VIP when I'm not? Calm down, IsObel. At least we know where he is. She takes a moment to calm herself. You can almost feel the heat of her anger radiating through your earpiece. Alright, I know which room he's staying in now. Another strained silence. I just need a few minutes to get you your VIP upgrade. Line goes dead. That wasn't good. What do you think we should? A series of clicks erupts in your ear, cutting Duncan's sentence short. Your PDA begins blinking. You are receiving a video chat request. IsObel blossoms into your screen along with a pair of towering security guards. The line that connected her to the admin terminal hangs loose from its socket. I'm gonna ask you again, what the hell are you doing in here? Take your time and make sure you're telling me the truth. I'll know if you don't. IsObel stammers helplessly. Well, I was looking for the person who ordered this coffee. What? You were looking for him in the Matrix? And besides, you don't have any coffee, so try again. She continues to sputter. Her eyes dart toward the screen, fixing on you. You can see desperation on her face. I need to, Alright, IsObel, listen up. Say what I say and you'll be fine. Say okay if you understand. Okay. Last chance, start talking sense or spend the night with the HKPF. Hmm. I'm sorry, I'm just nervous. I've never been in trouble before. I'm sorry, I'm just nervous. Words sound rehearsed, but they're tinged with enough genuine panic to be plausible. I've never been in trouble before. Guard glances at his counterpart. We don't have time for this. Just kick her out and be done with it. The guard in front of IsObel straightens. Yeah, you're probably right. He looks down on IsObel, hands on her hips. I'm gonna let you go with a warning this time, but only this once. If I catch you anywhere near this room again, I'm turning you over to police. Got it? But don't argue with her, just let them kick you out of the room. Yes, sir. Line goes quiet as she moves out of the server room. damned nightmare this is turning out to be. I'm sorry, Uncle Bob, but I couldn't get you your VIP access. You got out of there in one piece and without the cops getting drawn into this. That's what it's important. Right. At least I know where we have to go. Rambus has a room in the VIP section, and I can get us there. There's only one problem. Without VIP access, you can't open the door without sounding an alarm. Picture on your PDA flickers worryingly. A moment later, IsObel's image returns to the screen. And let you through from this side. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'll make my way down to you and open the door. You just cut out again. I thought you'd fixed our communication issues. I did, but that fix required me to be jacked in the hotel's computer network, and I'm not anymore. I'm still using the kiosk to talk to you. I can't route messages to it directly anymore. It'll still help, but it won't be perfect. Please stay put. If you lose that kiosk, we're gonna start running into some serious communication issues. Got it. Oh, and I may need your help if I run into more people up here. In case you hadn't guessed, I'm not exactly a social butterfly. And if things go loud, I'll really need your help. We've got your back. Let's do it. Quite sure where I'm supposed to go. IsObel takes a quick glance at the terminal. I'll be damned, it's locked into the admin inbox. Somebody's left it unlocked. Can't open the door for you from here. We can read the messages if you want. Do it. IsObel turns the camera in her PDA to face the screen of the terminal. Amber text on a stark black background swims into focus. Goes in the machine. Leave it unplugged. Came back. Damage control. Okay, first message. Look, I'm gonna come right out and say it. The security guys are right. There's something horribly wrong with that noodle extruder. I ran a diagnostic on it this afternoon. I was halfway through recalibrating the broth nozzles when the damn thing started humming. And sure enough, it started churning out steaming hot juicing noodles, just dumping them into the palm of my hands. You don't even want to see the blisters I'm sporting right now. Now, here's the freaky thing. The dough hopper was empty. I unloaded it myself prior to beginning the diagnostic. I want to repeat that. It was producing dough out of thin air. The machine is haunted. You want my advice? You'll get rid of it before the show. IsObel blinks nonplussed. I don't know what I was expecting this message to be, but that wasn't it. Want me to keep going? Noodle extruder in the food court area is out of order and should be left unplugged until further notice. Under no circumstances should any hotel or deckcon employee tamper with this device. Maintenance is looking into it. Again, do not plug in the extruder. Severe disciplinary action will be taken against any employee caught disobeying these instructions. Okay, I'm getting seriously creeped out over here. The damn noodle extruder is back, see? I can't explain it. We boxed the thing up yesterday and sent it to the manufacturer. It wasn't here 5 minutes ago. But now that we're opened the doors and the show is underway, I'm strolling through the food court and there it is, just sitting there, with a line already forming. What the hell do we do? You and I both know that it doesn't have any dough in it. There's no seasoning in the spice reservoir and we don't have it hooked up to the hotel's water supply. The fucking thing isn't even plugged in. Where are the noodles coming from? What do we do? It's too late, Nancy. At least a dozen people have already eaten from the thing. We can't shut it down now, and we sure as hell can't let anyone know about it. If people were to get sick, the show could be held liable. Look, if it's any consolation, I've been poring through the logs of old shows to see if anyone had mentioned the noodle extruder, and I found something. This exact conversation. 14 years in a row. I don't know what's happening with this machine. I don't know where it came from, or how, or why, but it's part of deckcon. Nobody can get rid of it. Nobody knows how it works. It just does, and people keep coming back to visit it. I think that this is a blessing in disguise. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. Just don't question it, and everything will be okay. So, magical noodle creating machine. Info about the conference room. Supplies. Yeah, let's take it. IsObel's outline goes fuzzy the moment she sets foot in the elevator. A loud rhythmic whooshing sound dominates the low end of your PDA speaker. It sounds a bit like the rotors of a helicopter. Heads up, IsObel. We're getting a lot of interference here. An elf in his mid-20s steps aside to let IsObel at the floor selector panel. He looks wired, jittery, and steamed to the gills, most likely. There's no telling how long it's been since he's gotten a wink of sleep. IsObel punches the button for the ground floor. Working the show, huh? That has to be hard. El smiles down on IsObel, his expression affable. I feel tempted to blow off work and go check out the kiosks. Maybe take a panel or two. Say, yeah, it's tough alright. I wish that I could just drop everything and explore. He starts in, repeating your words with forced sincerity. She falls silent. You can see her staring at the man's VIP badge. What's wrong? Her eyes remain locked on the man's badge. Kinding, huh? That's an interesting street name. Been decking under it long. A couple of years, yeah. He smiles. Longer than anyone else to use the handle. I don't know what you're doing, IsObel, but be careful. If she heard you, she doesn't acknowledge it. I know who you are. You're the one who shut down the Kowloon City power grid 6 months ago. He clears his throat. Yeah, that was me. Let's just keep that between ourselves though, right? That little stunt screwed over a lot of local tickers. Her voice is soft, but you can detect a definite undertone of hostility. A couple of them soaked up nasty hits of jump chuck because of it. You wrecked the grid while they were jacked into their whole machines. My team was in a bind. They needed a power outage right then and there, or they were cooked, so I gave them one. It was the best solution to a bad situation. Let's leave it at that. An icy silence descends on the elevator car. A few seconds later, IsObel pierces it. There was this Decker. She lived out in Haoi, called herself Spinster. She was a good person. Now she's in the ground. She never came back out of the coma that your son put her into. Another long pause. Slowly, Ding extends his hands toward the emergency brake. Okay, snap out of it is, you aren't here for this guy and we can't afford to start shooting yet. She pulls her hands into fists. You can read tension in her body language. It's biting her tongue. At least that's what I heard. I'm just a caterer. I'm not a dicker myself. He stares down at IsObel. The smile has vanished from his face. Yeah, sure you're not. You've come to get me, haven't you? Take revenge for your friend? Did her people put a contract on me? Is that it? I'm not sure I would say any of these things, but we'll have to try to get things under control again somehow. Just pulling your leg, I don't think that'll work. Shit. I don't like these options because the only option where he knows I'm bigger. I can't exactly just say that I was just joking. It's gone too far for that. But the only option I really have of trying to lie with admitting that I am a digger is a shitty one. Is I took the contract, but I decided not to go through with it. When the elevator stopped, just walk away and don't look back. I just don't like my options. Well, we'll have to pick something. I just don't like my options. I really don't like my options. They're lies I wouldn't try. So yes, I took the contract, but I've decided not to go through with it. When the elevator stopped, just walk away and don't look back. Please, IsObel, don't be doing anything stupid right now. The static pops and hisses for 10 seconds, 20. Finally, the picture warbles back into view. Ding is in mid-sentence, practically frothing with rage. Did what I had to do. If you were in my position, you'd have done the same thing if you'd have gotten them killed. He's shouting, the sound of it reverberates in the cramped confines of the elevator car. There was no third way out of that scenario. Isabel starts to respond. The anger is clear in her tone. I would not have... Isabel, stop. What? You're crazy, an insane person, and when I get out of this elevator, I'm going to the hotel security office. Isabel will not apologize. Ah, fuck. Still, fucking apologize. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I just get upset over sometimes. Damn right I'm offended. You came at me like a crazy person. Yeah, this is getting old. As quickly as it went, the picture flickers back in the PDA screen. Finding looks calmer now. The elevator is descending. Remember what we discussed. Keep your cool and this truth turns out well for the both of us. We live and let live. Understood? Yeah, I didn't want any trouble from you in the first place. I was glad it was all a misunderstanding. Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'll be happy if this is the last time I ever see you. Feeling is mutual. The car finally slides to a halt and the elevator doors slide open. Other Decker doesn't get off. Enjoy the rest of the show. Well. Above. The hallway ahead is blocked by a trio of struggling bodies. Blackout drunk troll hangs slung between a pair of cursing security guards, one male and one female. As you watch, they struggle valiantly to drag her down the hallway. The troll's voice comes out in an inebriated roar. Unhand me, you fools! The older of the two guards, the middle-aged man with a pompadour haircut, struggles with all his might to keep his prisoner's flailing arms constrained. Don't let her go, Ho Yi. She has the strength of 10 men. Yes, sir. You recognize her as the guard who was standing by the employee entrance on the show floor. How she got dropped in the troll hauling duties, anyone's guess. Security captain locks eyes with Isabel and pre-barks the order. Clear the hall. Doesn't look good. Isabel's small voice chirps out, echoing your words. This doesn't look good. With an exaggerated motion, the troll swings her head toward Isabel. You dwarf girl, help me, these dickheads want me to leave because I'm a troll. What's happening here? None of your business. You're not even hotel staff. You shouldn't be back here at all. He hugs the troll's left arm to his chest with all of his strength, desperately trying to weight her down. She lifts his feet a few inches off the floor and slams him back down. He lets out an audible whimper. Now clear the way and report to your manager. Quit fighting me, damn it, before I talk to him for you. Former door guard stares at Isabel. Recognition dawns on her face. Hey, I remember you. You said that you had to meet some caterers up on 6. What are you doing down here? Tell them. Sorry I had to get more fuel canisters for the shaping dishes. We were told that you had some here. We needed some more fuel for the shaping dishes. Buffet is getting cold. There was supposed to be some here. Why would we keep cooking supplies here? Anything they'd be in the kitchen. Say, look, I only know what I'm told. My boss said to come here, so I did. Look, I only know what I'm told. Her voice is firmer now, more confident. My boss said to come here, so I did. You do what your asshole boss tells you, don't you? He tilts her head toward the now violently hiccuping troll. Nice embellishment. Guard looks at her boss. The security captain strains courageously against his captive's flailing arm, oblivious to everything but his own struggle. Look, just hurry back to the kitchen and get out of our hair. He steps aside to let IsObel pass. Good job, IsObel. There's a brief pause, and then she mutters a response under her breath. Mike barely picks it up. This is exhausting. No more improvisation for me. I'm done with this. From now on, I'm your parrot. Just tell me what to say and I'll say exactly that. That's the way you want to play it. Ah, shit. An impressive-looking man in a starched white coat blocks the hallway. He turns and you recognize the familiar pastry, magic and more insignia on his lapel. He fixes his gaze on IsObel, and the expression on his face anything but happy. Catering manager. What are you doing back here? We went over this in the staff meeting this morning. I'm the one who covering this area. VIPs are to be handled by managers only. You should be on the convention hall floor. I know, sorry. They sent me back here, but I think it was a prank. Looks like she was telling the truth after her encounter with the guards. She's repeating everything you say verbatim. And you fell for that? You had specific instructions to stay on the show floor. Didn't know. Knew. No, missed the meeting maybe. Let's go with the unknew. Yeah, no shit. I don't recognize. You become dimly aware of a figure looming behind you in the convention hall. You here? You must be joking, man. You've been on the kiosk for 20 minutes now. What? He leans in, gets in your face. You can taste the onions on his breath. So that's it's time to get off the damn demo kiosk. You've been hugging it for way too long, and there's a line here. You'll get your turn. Ah, shit. Back down, man. You'll get your turn. My turn? What are you talking about? You aren't even one of my employees, are you? Do I need to get security? I said, that's enough. I've been following the devs of this software for months now, and I traveled 17 hours to try it out myself. You do not get to tell me that I flew here for nothing. Get the hell off the kiosk or I'm calling security. So I guess we'll have to choose a dialogue option that might fit IsObel's situation. Calm down and let's talk about this. This doesn't have to get violent. Violent? Are you threatening me? You think I'm threatening to hurt you? I never said I would do anything like that. Don't blow things out of proportion. Hmm. Hmm. Shit. I in general don't like the lies I'm telling. These sound very implausible lies. I think I need to say something, not just say there's a terrible misunderstanding. Uh, let's go with the misunderstanding. No, I understand what's going on here completely. You don't think that the rules apply to you. I hate people like you. I'm thinking that maybe I ought to get security here and then teach you a lesson about sharing. Parts are on their way. Ah, shit. Uncle Bob, I'm gonna need some backup. She reaches for her slipper gun. Kick down the VIP door and hightail it to me. If you wouldn't mind, things are about to get messy. Decker in front of you must see something in your expression he doesn't like. Slowly he begins to back away. That's a damn shame. For a second there I thought that we were gonna make it through this without firing a shot. Ian slings his rifle. Oh, well, let's do what we do and get this over with. Yeah, we fucked up. I should have spotted earlier the fact that IsObel is just going to parrot us. Door appears to be made of hollow core pine, a rarity in modern day Hong Kong. Wouldn't take much effort to knock it off its hinges. An alarm system has been linked to the doorway, but the building alarms are already blaring. Taking the door down now won't make much of a difference. Well, we're gonna need some cover. Did I? I'm guessing it'll get violent sooner or later anyway. Just at what point does it get there? But we didn't have to fight all that much in the end. As you burst through the door, you find yourself standing face to face with a small, heavily tattooed man. Geometric shapes of all description trace a constant walking footstep sounds. Geometric shapes of all the descriptions trace their way from his temples down to his cheeks and neck to his shoulders. His eyes continue the motif. Each of his irises is a slanted rectangle. Crumbus looks at IsObel at size. If he is surprised to see her, he doesn't show it. You finally won them back, huh? The memories that we locked away. I always knew that you would one day. But you got so hostile after the procedure, I didn't think you'd come around this soon. Sybil glowers at him, her cheeks darkening. Oh, get bent, Rumbus. I got hostile with you because you got hostile with me. Like hell I did. I tried to give you some advice as a friend. If memory serves, you called me a patronizing bastard and slacked my dick. Was I just supposed to take that without punching back? IsObel cuts in, her normal small voice growing raucous. I called you a patronizing bastard because that's what you were being. You wouldn't have taken that tone if I were a guy, or an orc or a troll. You talked down to me like I was your little sister or something. Well, guess what? I'm not. Whoa, hold up. I told that way to you because... She shouts over him, cutting him down. Also, punch back? That's a funny way of putting it. You tailored an ESP to troll all my posts on Shadowland. What kind of a prick would do a thing like that? His face goes beet red and his chest pops out. The kind whose cat you had killed, you little monster. Captain Whiskers was just a house cat. He didn't have anything to do with this. She rears back in indignation. That wasn't me. I would never hurt a cat. If I were going to have someone killed, it would have been you. Yeah, pipe down, both of you. We're gonna hash this out together. You're the muscle, I take it. You and your jarhead friend over there. He nods at Duncan. She brought you along to beat the information out of me, huh? It's just a job, nothing personal. He scoffs at IsObel, wrinkles his nose in disgust. Typical. Hmm. Calm down, I'm not gonna beat you up unless you force me to. But I want you to... Let me ask you something. How many people did you kill to get me? I mean, what kind of death toll are we looking at here? I'm assuming that the gunshots in the hole where you're doing. Yeah, wasn't my choice, just how things went down. Yeah, sure. His eyes dart from side to side, and he starts screaming, "Help! Security! Someone help!" Yeah, if we would have managed to come here undetected, we probably could have convinced him. They can't hear you, Ram. Know why? Because we killed them. Now give me my goddamn key. Columbus doesn't respond, other than to increase the pitch of his screaming. It looks like he's on the verge of hyperventilating. He glances back at you. Hell with this, let's hit him with a piñata, like a piñata, until the software comes out. Sounds like a plan? I don't think any of this is even necessary. You're both behaving like children. What? From what I've heard, your argument started over basically nothing. You both blown this out of proportion. I don't know what you're... Yes, you do. This whole thing started over me trying to do you a favor. I don't even remember what the advice I was trying to give you was about. I think maybe I was telling you what kind of RAM to pick up for a deck, something like that. Yeah, I think that was it. But you were a real dick about it. He stares at him, fuming. And the argument was nothing. It was what you did after the argument that was unforgivable. Taking the moral high ground isn't going to work for you here. You attacked me first for no reason. Okay, from what I'm getting here, you both hate each other, but you were friends, right? Once, I guess. You guess? You let me perform amateur brain surgery on you. Hell, you begged me to. We were friends, IsObel, good friends, and then you went and messed it all up. Both of you shut up. I get what's happening here. This is an argument about nothing that spun out of control. You don't know any... He's right, Is. That's exactly what this is. Look, you want the encryption key for the memories that we locked away. It's yours. I don't envy you the pain that you feel when you unlock them, but that's your decision to make. Wait a second. That's the software we're here to find? An encryption key? IsObel nods. Yes, I had Rambus move the memories of my childhood into hardware storage. That's why I couldn't give you any details about the walled city. I didn't have access to them. He keys a series of buttons on his PDA. IsObel's PDA buzzes a moment later. There, check your inbox. You've got the key. Do with it what you will. I was holding on to it for you anyway. IsObel blinks confusedly. But I thought that we were enemies now. We were, but there was no reason for us to be. Just take the key and go. Have a nice life. He waved her off. He looks exhausted. Say nothing. IsObel stares at Rambus, a neutral expression on her face. Finally she speaks up. I'm sorry, Rambus. I don't know how things got as bad as they did, but... sorry. Her voice goes solemn. I'm going to find out what happened to Captain Whiskers, I promise you that. That'd be nice of you, Is. I'd appreciate it. Almost bashfully, his gaze glits to the ground. He looks away, a color surges to his cheek. On Is, I've got something of an admission to make. She rolls her eyes. Look, I get it, Ram. You always liked me. I had to break it to you, but it was never that big of a secret. And I know that's why you... His eyes go wide. He raises his hands, palms out, and shakes it. What? No, Is, no, that's not it at all. I mean, you're a nice girl and all, but just no. Color rushes to her cheeks. But then what? My panic button. He flips his sleeve inside out and you can see a blinking red lead embedded in fabric. I tripped it off when you broke in. The cops are on their way, but... Wait, don't freak out. I'll call them off for you. Oh. She shuffles her feet, looks away. Thanks. Hey, what are friends for? You just wait here. I'll go meet them in the hall and draw them off to another room. Shouldn't take 2 seconds. Oh, and Is, it was nice catching up with you. Good luck with the whole memory thing. You're gonna need it. She nods mutely. Rambus takes off at a run, then disappears down the hall. Well, in a way, it didn't go well. At the same time, we seem to have been able to avoid some additional trouble. Police captain doesn't even bother to look down at you. She waves you off, an irritable expression on her face. And sandbags, please. This is a police matter. That it? The Wall Street path to Kai Tak is quieter than the ride in was. Your fellow passengers sit crumpled in their seats, barely moving, barely speaking. Their deckcon 2056 t-shirts hang loose on their frames, and their once cherished guest badges have been crumbled into their pockets. You've seen more lively groups on their way to the morgue. Isabel looks up at you, her eyes full of the same post-con fatigue that you've seen in everyone else's. He gives you a small smile and taps her temple with a fingernail. You've got what you came for. The show is over. It's time to go home. So what exactly are we gonna get from this? We need to try to discuss it over very quickly. 9 points of karma. We could afford more charisma. Not sure if it's worthwhile in any way, but nine karma for charisma rank 9. But we're not gonna get a new etiquette. We have or artificial increase on the charisma though, but I it seems like there's it doesn't really. Okay, I'm going to see if we're gonna get a new conversation etiquette out of it. Don't think we will, but yeah, it's just a extra point of charisma, which is in no way useful for us. Charisma 6 has been the highest required, and we have 8. So I don't. It doesn't make much sense to put the extra point of charisma there. The same points would be much more valuable almost anywhere else. We don't really need them for spell casting either. So we have options is spirit summoning or trying to increase our survivability. I don't know. Charisma isn't necessarily a bad choice. It's just maybe body if there would be hit points, then to get a little bit of dodge. Charisma related, definitely spirit summoning. We should get the fire barrier. We would be left with 2 extra points. It's not really worth anything. And this is spirit summoning is so I'm not sure. It's so reliant on. We haven't seen all that many spirits summoning spots in missions. I'm not sure. I don't know. We haven't seen fetishes of that strength either. So I'm not sure What would we gain from getting that? Visit the shop, see if there's anything new. Mainly the consumable level. For 6 elementals, that's pretty much what we can do. I think I'll save the karma for now. I don't see any drastic increase of usefulness no matter where we put them. So rather wait to see how many points we can gather up before we have to go after the less sickness man. We have to talk to IsObel. That's the entire point. IsObel half turns away from the octopus's main display. She looks up at you blinking. The memory stick that you acquired from Rhombus has already been slotted in one of the computer's many expansion ports. The cherry red plastic that sheets the stick looks slick and wet in the light. You did good back there. The run went well. Her eyes lit down to the memory stick. We got the stick, the key to my old memories. All I have to do now is to slot it. You haven't unlocked your memories yet? No, not yet. I mean, I can. It'll be as simple as plugging myself in and tapping a key. My old memories are all mine if I want them. But you're not sure that you want them. She nods. That's about the shape of it. I'm feeling hesitant about this. So easy, you know. Shifting organic memories into hardware storage. Wiping the originals and locking them away for safekeeping. That's corporate level mind sculpting. Serious business. So locking the files away was important to you. Very important. If it wasn't, I would have let an amateur tinker. I wouldn't have let an amateur tinker with my brain in the corner of a derelict shopping mall. Whatever I've got up there, I was desperate to get rid of it. Makes a girl wonder why. Tell me, IsObel, wouldn't it have been easier for you to have Rhombus just wipe the memories altogether? She blinks. Yes, much easier. Still not without risk, but... But you didn't do that. You had him move the memories into storage. Why? There's a long pause. Because I knew that one day I might need them. And today is that day. We need information on the walled city, and whatever's locked up there could help. Another long pause. Sybil stares at her feet, thinking. Finally, she looks back up at you. You're right. I know that. I knew it before we went to get the code. Just needed to talk through it with someone. Not Gobek, someone who could take the situation seriously. I needed to talk it through with you. Glad to be of help. Without another word, she pulls the cable from a pile on the floor and slots it into her data jack. The other end disappears into one of the octopus's many brains. Her fingers ply across the octopus's keyboard, rattling off a series of audible clicks. Finally, her thumb hovers over the execute key. "All right, Uncle Bob. Wish me luck." Key depresses with an audible click. Isabel's eyes flutter and her cheeks flush with blood. "Oh, no. No, 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 no." She starts shaking her head from side to side, wringing her hands. A progress bar on the octopus auxiliary monitor slowly climbs. "Oh, fuck." "Isabel, are you okay?" Progress bar climbs to 100. Isabel snatches the cable back out of her data jack and covers her eyes with her hands, shivering. I... ah... She clutches her temples in the palm of her hands. "Now I remember why I didn't want these anymore." "These are your memories, Isabel. You can handle them." "Not like this I can. These are years of bad memories, all let out of the box at once. It's overwhelming, it's horrible, and I want it to stop. I can remember things that happened to friends of mine, relatives, things that I watched happen. No." "Is there anything I can do?" "Nothing comes to mind." Her voice is ragged, raw. "These memories are crystal clear. It's like all of this shit happened yesterday. I can remember watching friends die. I can see their screaming faces just as clear as I did the day it happened. It's like watching a trick show, but it's my life and it's real." "Isabel, focus. Is there anything in there that can help us?" She screws her eyes shut in concentration, beads of sweat hanging heavy on her brow. I, I think so, yes. It'll take time for me to shift through all of this." She opens her eyes again and looks up at you. "I'll hold on to these memories for as long as I can. Hopefully long enough to reveal something useful. No promises beyond that, though." "I'm not asking for promises, just do your best." She gives you a weak half smile. "I always do. One thing that does jump out at me. Rhombus archived some software up here." She taps her temple with a fingernail. "It's sitting on top of the memories, all wrapped up like a present. Don't know why he did it, but it looks like a combat package." "Why would he have done that?" "He's the hell out of me. He put it in there when he locked my memories away, so maybe he was trying to stash it, or maybe he knew I'd need it one day. It's a basic attack modification, I think. I'm gonna have to study it to be sure, but I think that I can use it." "Can't wait to see it in action." "Yeah, it's all very exciting. But for now, just give me some space, okay?" She turns away, shivering. "Like I said, it's gonna take some time for me to make sense of all this." "Alright, I'll check back with you later." "Good. Go. Now." Yeah. Looks like it's a good thing that we have at least one mission to buffer this. As you step into Isabel's cabin, she turns to face you. This that she's been working at is a mess. Food wrappers and computer expansion cards lie together in a heap. Maybe the progression level is determined by the progression in the main quest line. So you can keep re-talking and keep pushing things forward as long as the main quest has progressed to a certain point. Isabel herself doesn't look much better. Her eyes are badly bloodshot and her lips have been drawn into a deep frown. You're back, hey. She shoves a box of assorted mounting screws aside with her foot. What do you need? Oh, you're holding up. Not great. I'll manage. Don't climb up on me. Tell me what's going on. When I unlocked these old memories, I told you that they were crystal clear, right? Every detail was perfect. It's still that way, and I think that it always will be. Why? Because they've been stored as data in an archival format. They've never going to fade. They'll never go to grow less intense with time. It's like having an eidetic memory. I'm stuck with a perfect record of every shitty thing that I saw and felt during my childhood in hell. It's not an easy thing to live with. If the memories are this painful for you, we can lock them away again after all this is over, and you can throw away the key. That's what I'm hanging on to. The fact that I can ditch my childhood again and forget the things that I saw. All the more reason to get through this business with the walled city quickly. And speaking of which, if you wanted to ask me questions about the place, you can go ahead. I think that I've had enough time to process what's in my head. I should be able to give you some answers. Not all answers, mind you, but something. Okay. Walled city. Go on, ask a question. I'm ready. How did you get out there when you were a kid? How did you escape? Garbage let me out. How did you manage that? The avatar raises a hand. Go ahead and ask her. I'm sure that she'll be happy to brag about it. I think that we have more pressing matters to discuss. Okay. Okay. Good, because I've had enough for one day. I'm tired. Reliving this stuff is exhausting. Come back later if you want. I'll have had more time to unpack the stuff by then. Until then, please give me some space. Okay, you didn't actually give me anything, so I'll have to ask Gubbet about it. She's gone, Uncle Bob. I don't know where she ran off to, but she looked upset. She said something about friends in trouble, then left. By the time I could disconnect from the octopus, she was on her way out of town. She must have gone back to the sinking ship. I don't like the sound of that. She tell you what went down out there all those years ago? A bit, yeah. She's been worried about Cadmus and Malvina. She said that she thought it was nothing, though. He turns her back and begins grabbing her gear. Well, apparently she's changed her mind, so we'd better go and get her, hadn't we? It's good, let's do it. I'm going to arrange transport out of Hang Ham Bay. You come meet me at the docks when you're ready. Okay. That's actually very good for us. I was about to end this anyway. So, that's our second companion mission. Catch a boat to the sinking ship and find combat. Yep, why not?